we know now? Of course, they don't. Nobody knows anything. There is other information. Right there, I've. That felt sad. Oh, we got the epilogue. Oh, I've been hearing about this for a bit. Many years later. Oh no, he's gonna be. I already know some knowledge on this. Super, go outside. No, a chair and a stick. Stars, a moon. It makes me sad to think this is probably canon. We must find him, the narrator. No idea where I'm going. I'm just wandering. No sign of life besides myself. An empty desert, long forgotten. Oh. Oh, it's here. We'll check you out in a second. I want to see the escape pod. The bucket. The bucket should be in it. We shoved a bucket into it. Or did we shove a Stanley into it? Oh, I can actually pick up the bucket. But no narrator. Okay, let's check with memory. A generator? All the stuff, it's gone. So dark. barely make anything out. What's this? Oh no. Oh no. Narrator. Stanley. No. I hope this isn't real because I would love to see this studio. Well, it doesn't have to be another Stanley Parable game, but I would like to see them do another one. We want more! It's the buttons.
Jim, Jim, Jim. Jim, 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 Jim.
Wasn't one supposed to be Stanley?
Jim, 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 Jim.
Oh, there's more buttons. It's any
Jim, 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 Jim.
Holy, there's a lot of buttons.
Jim, Jim, Jim. Jim, Jim. Stanley, Jim, Stanley, Stanley.
Did he make all these buttons just to make one Stanley?
Stanley.
Oh, that. Oh, I want to cry. It's the collectibles. Narrator, you still alive down here? Oh! Back at the office. Keyboard. Can we put the bucket down? Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what developer said? Preserve an entity of what nonsense. Parable is not scared. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. When in doubt, blow up the sun! Let's run this feature into the ground. Let it drag it through the mud and back. Did the people hate it? Who cares? You see, there was problem. He was too obsessed with the people's thought of his work. But make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to go through Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. It's all change the number. in the game's title screen. We all need to really bump subtitles for the game. Something loud and gritty. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for the game. The original ball. I love it. Every step. 10 years of the game. Subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end. Nothing in itself will change. You need to be altered. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. There'll be some content recycle again and again. New title in. What did you say? Should we go forward with the plan? I'll. You say. Let's. I hope it's something you can turn off, but. I'm ready. Current time. It is 4. 4-2. Sliders are adjusted. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. So if I go through that plug, does it change at all? If I go here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
Return to Stanley Parable to Expo Hall. We can return. And I bet the machine is working now.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
To be honest, the balloons could be forgotten. One thing quite enjoy. Can I upgrade the bucket? I've seen some people have stickers on theirs. Well, I can say I already.
There are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, The warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Yup.
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you, Stanley. The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
At one point, I want to think narrator is God, and at another point, it clearly seems he does not have full power. Really, he's just a game designer. I wonder if the button now says Stanley.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name
Aww.
Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
I thought it would have been different.
Falling in love
Since
and
we found
being
the Stanley
heartbroken
button.
as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally
Yeah,
drained
that's
from all of this personal validation.
Still, this is a game I really should have gotten. I wonder if there's any physical copies of this game out there. This is low. I should see if there's collector's edition. I can do the infinite hole
I
now.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Let's go get that trophy, boys. I was up there last and there wasn't anything new, was there? Oh.
Ah, I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion trophy. Well
Oh.
done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider.
Bumpscosity.
And that it'll be accessible from the settings menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
We're in the third one now. So that I missed that last time because I didn't get that achievement. Well, good thing I went through and get that achievement. I'm only down to the speed run. What is speed run? Which one? I'm missing speed run. I'm about to unlock
Now,
this one.
here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be... As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God.
There's an
Composure?
entity.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable tool.
Oh yeah, missing the
Breathe. Just breathe.
what? This is breaking him. We got all. It's like he doesn't remember us coming here. Kind of
What
strange.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Out of order. We already have more. I can finally do the hole. Into the hole again. I missed the hole. No, I don't. To be honest, balloons are probably one of the things I don't like. Time for the infant hole ending.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Well, let's see.
Infinite
I got
falling.
several hours
You
to
can
jump down a
fall
hole.
until the end of time, if you like.
Should we stare up?
Forward for
Let's
video
stare
games
up.
as a medium.
Let's see how small the dog can get.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the
There's
hole
so
was as deep as
many
anyone would
cigarettes.
actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite?
Mostly
If that works
infinite
for
hole.
you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Why don't I just stay at the bottom of the hole? I'm a car. Definitely does not man at the bottom of what is a mostly infinite hole. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, since nothing else seems to be happening, return to thy surface.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
I did.
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
We'll wait a few minutes to see if something that normal happens. Like, someone went through, like, what, 1, 2, maybe 3 packs of cigarettes? You mug, you don't need to have that much of a cigarette smell.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Wonk.
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just
Bop
do
it.
whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
It is not.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
Because
Try
I'm
it
not
again.
deep enough. And I can't jump.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
No.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Oh, Chan.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Oh. Well, it's time to go insane. I am a bug. What demon has been summoned? Cigarettes, what did you do? I do not like... The hole is stealing me. Narrator? Narrator, don't leave me unsupervised! I am a danger to myself and everyone around me! I don't like this. I don't. The cigarettes are gone. No, eat the cigarettes. Change perspective. What am I? Can I? No, I can't move anything. I can only change perspectives. Stanley, I need to have a picture of him. I need to draw the Stanley. This is perfect. Look at his face. A man of glory. Change reality? Oh. I've entered the red zone. Everything's tinted. What? Oh. This is what change reality does. Change yourself. Stanley, the TV. This looks really cool, actually. Can I get a decent picture? Probably best picture I'll get. Oh. I don't like this. Average Walmart toy. Hey, it's the wood artist style. I heard it was in the game, but I didn't know that. How most people draw when they ship them. Well, actually, no, they make a block of.
Stanley! Stanley!
Oh.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there. drifting away
I can
into
see all the
dreamland.
Stanleys.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly
Please
focused
get
on
me
the
out of the
hole?
hole. It's
From the looks
very
of
weird.
things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Are you gonna go eat me again, hole? Yep, there's the music. Oh, did it just reset me? Probably the best choice, to be honest. Oh, it took me back here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Is there anything left to do? We went there, we went that, we did.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I think I've had enough of the whole.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Okay, so yeah, I'm missing just 2 achievements to get the platinum. I just need to play this game for a full duration of a Saturday, which... I wonder if I can trick the game in by altering time. Okay,
So, Stanley,
let's
what do you
wrap it up.
think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an
Can I
experiment.
jump?
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable
No,
2.
I can't.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my...
Please don't add the balloons. I don't like the balloons.
With respect.
They just
With
don't
care
fit.
for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Not quite the one we wanted. Hello, car. Balloons still here? Yeah, the balloons are still
All
here.
of his co-workers were gone.
Game
What could it
pop
mean?
them.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Yeah, this keeps appearing here every now and then. I don't know what the significance of it is. Maybe that's enough for now. It's the almighty Fern. Well, time to speedrun.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Let me go, let me go.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.